Hey, welcome back to my channel where we discuss many topics relating to relationships, especially relationship with yourself, which is the most important. And today I want to talk about Valentine's Day that's right around the corner. Also, for people that have been dealing with narcissists in any kind of way, Valentine's Day can be vulnerable time because if you're with narcissists, there's challenges with that. If you're away from narcissists, this may be the time where they're going to be hoovering you. So I want to kind of talk about some of the nuances there. If you do like this video, please hit like, share, subscribe. I'm also going to add the video that I did last year as well that talk about owning your alone time, which is a crucial part of the healing journey. And this especially is a good reminder for Valentine's Day, and if you're single, it can be challenging because there's always societal messages that this is a day that we're supposed to share our love with someone, thinking the romantic love. When you're single, you may be thinking that you're not where you're supposed to be, but you are exactly where you need to be, the video will be a reminder of that. So let's get into that. When it comes to narcissist and Valentine's Day, what's important to remember is the more important something is to you, like for example travel or your birthday or Valentine's Day, the more they're going to use it against you. It's all about manipulation. It's always important to remember that narcissist is after power, control, and dominance. They're after supply. So no matter what state of relationship you are in, they will find a way to manipulate the Valentine's Day. So if you are in love bombing phase, they will take the opportunity to get close to you. So you may remember Valentine's Day as being something special, lavish. If you are in the valuing state, they will take opportunity to make sure that you don't feel worthy, that you feel less than, which is typically what's in the back of your mind to begin with. So you have this fog to begin with that's always telling you that you are not good enough, that you are less than them. And they make sure to remind you of that during the Valentine's Day as well. So they may do something more passive-aggressive, like forget about the plans, or forget to make a reservation, or something more like they're going to start an argument, so then you have a silent treatment during the Valentine's Day when they know it's a special time for you. Let me know in the comments what sort of behaviors have you seen during the Valentine's Day. So there could be such a range of things depending on what type of narcissist are they, what mask are they wearing, but in any situation they will make sure that you feel like you are less than, that you feel like you're too much. Although it's probable that you are doing, if not all the work, most of the work during the holidays, like looking out for things to do, making reservation, and they act like they don't care. They also act like you're a nuisance and you're asking them to do too much, and this is all because this is important to you. Again, they will weaponize Valentine's Day more if they already know that this is a special day for you. And you may feel guilty and you may feel like, I'm actually asking for too much, like, why am I like this? When they're the one that are weaponizing this thing so they can get more supply, insert that power and dominance over you. And if you broke up with them, if you haven't been talking to them, narcissist will maybe use Valentine's Day for hoovering. They'll send you a sudden text. Often people talk about, oh, I got like a text from my ex during the Valentine's Day. I wonder how much of that is like hoovering. They'll find the opportunity to maybe remind you of something like a nickname. This happened to me before, just so that you are more likely to respond. If they're not with you, they may be hoovering you during the Valentine's Day. And although they probably ruin all the holidays and birthdays and Valentine's Day, they'll now, hypocrisy, will use it to remind you of a good time or something like that, in hope that they will reignite the relationship, that they will get the supply back from you or something, or even that just that you would respond to the text, because that's a supply to them, and then they also may not do anything after that. So be careful during the Valentine's Day, especially if you have exes that are reaching out to you and you have a track record of how those relationships were and what they were doing during the Valentine's Day. Let me know in the comments if that's also happening. I filmed the next video that I'm going to be showing here, or the next part, a year ago, where I talk about how important it is to make peace within yourself, to own your alone time, and to create that special place within yourself that you are not going to just let anyone in, and you're not going to be letting people in out of desperation. I think this is important to watch, especially during the time, especially if you have people lurking around trying to hoover you, or you feel like you are not where you want to be. And sometimes when we are in this vulnerable space, we feel like we should be in a relationship, or there is some sort of timing that's important to you. It can be especially vulnerable when we let our guard down, and sometimes we end up in situations that we don't want to be in. So watch the next video, and I hope that you have wonderful Valentine's Day in whatever way you may be celebrating it. It's a Valentine's Day right around the time when I'm filming this video, and ironically we will talk about the importance of owning your alone time. One of the main pillars of building that internal protection and building that firewall is welcoming, celebrating, and owning your alone time. Valentine's Day can be a triggering day for people. It can be societal pressure to either do something, or it can be also a reminder or a message that you're getting from society that you are not where you either want to be or supposed to be. It can be a great day to celebrate the love for yourself, for your loved one, for significant other, for people that mean something to you. And wherever you are in that spectrum, it's important to know how to celebrate and own your alone time. I lived in New York City for many years, for about 12 or 13 years, and for big stretches of time I was either dating someone in a relationship, or in between on a dating platform looking for a next relationship. And I was preoccupied with that. I also, ironically, in the city of 8 or 9 million people, I often felt alone, and I even felt alone when I was in relationships. And I was not owning my alone time, and only recently in the past few years, and ironically when moving north of the city in the area where there aren't that many people and aren't that many options, I have learned and embraced how to own my alone time. And that's been a really rewarding experience. It has gotten me to the places where I am today, including doing something like this and doing coaching. and I'm seeing it as a really important pillar of owning your own healing. If you're someone that tends to put other people's needs before your own needs, and if you've been in codependent relationships where you spend a lot of energy doing what other people wanted, and you found yourself in a place where you are alone, that can be a really scary place for a lot of people. And that fear of being alone can make you more susceptible to getting into other codependent relationships and continuing to play that same movie over and over. And one of the ways to stop that movie is to figure out what works for you in that alone time. So this morning I was working on a homework for grad school, and by the way, I'm in a grad school as well, and I saw this message that kind of moved me, and the message is, what got you here won't get you there. A lot what we talk about in coaching is finding the way to get to some other place that you're not in right now, but understanding the things that have gotten you to the place where you are right now are not the things that will get you to the place where you want to be. So if being in a codependent relationships, one after another, have gotten you to the place where you are stuck, then getting into another codependent relationship will not get you to the place where you want to be, unless that is a place where you want to be. So when thinking about being alone, you can see it as in two different ways. You can see it as something that's bad, or you can see it as something that's a gift. If you see it as something that's bad, it will look bad, and you most likely will do something to help yourself so that you don't feel bad, and that will get you probably stuck and in that same place again. Or you can see it as a gift and embrace it and welcome it and really do something with it that will get you to the place where you want to be. I get asked pretty often, or I hear it as one of the first reactions when people hear that I live north of the city, and also by myself. I get asked, do you feel alone there? How's the social life there? And also for people that are looking to move here and are afraid of how isolated they may be. And I typically ask back, how alone do you feel in the city? And are you in the place where you want to be in the city? A lot of people that are looking to move here are typically looking for a peace. And owning your alone time also means owning your peace. And that turns into then being more reluctant to invite someone in that's going to ruin your peace. And that's why that's so important in defining your own healing, defining that internal firewall for yourself as you are meeting new people. Because if you do own your peace, you will be less likely to ruin it. If you don't own your peace and you're working out of fear of not being alone, then you know how that will end up for you. So I think that's really important to think about. Owning your alone time is also owning your peace. Think about what owning your peace and owning your time and celebrating it, what can this be for you? Could it be discovering a passion? Could it be getting in touch with parts of yourself that you've ignored? Could it be discovering things like, I don't know, solo traveling? I did that a couple of years ago and last year and loved it and learned so much from it. What else could it be for you? There's so many things. And I will leave you with that. If you watch this far, I'd really appreciate if you could hit like, share, subscribe, suggest a content, and we'll leave you with this message of finding that love for yourself that will indeed be the love that you can offer to the world. And that's it. I will see you soon.